It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 21st of July. I'm Michael Groff. An extremely active weather pattern coming into Arizona over the next few days with a dramatic increase in moisture, shower and thunderstorm activity, and the potential of heavy rain and flash flooding. Temperatures will be headed way down as well. In fact, there's a possibility we could be as much as 15 to 20 degrees below normal by Friday and Saturday. Of course, still a lot of question marks regarding exactly when, where, and how much rain there will be, but certainly very interesting weather scenarios setting up across the Southwest. We'll talk about it in just a moment. First, let's check out the almanac from yesterday. We managed to get up to 109 degrees officially at Sky Harbor. The morning low 89. The normal high, hey, it's headed down, back down to 106. The normal low 85. And as we take a peek outside now at 8:50 a.m., a very similar look to what we've had the last couple of mornings. Scattered clouds now, and we're sitting at 93 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew point at 66, relative humidity 41%. Winds are light, and the barometer is steady. Checking out the upper air look, and it's a fairly similar weather pattern to what we've seen the last couple of days. A big ridge out here in the west, with a deep southeasterly flow in place across Arizona, bringing in plenty of monsoon moisture. We have that inverted trough that's continuing to push to the west across Texas, and that is headed our way. That will be our big weather maker starting tomorrow and continuing into the weekend. And in anticipation of that feature, the National Weather Service has already gone ahead and issued a flash flood watch for a good portion of Arizona. And the counties included in that are Maricopa, Pima, Pinal, Santa Cruz, Gila, Graham, Greenlee, Cochise, Yavapai, and most of Coconino, Apache, and Navajo counties. And this goes in effect starting tomorrow night at 5 p.m., continues until Saturday night at 11 p.m. And the biggest risk areas will be those burn scar regions from the wildfires, but just about anybody in that shaded area in and close to the watch area has the potential to see flood and or flash flooding during that period because heavy rain will be on the increase. Rain will become widespread at times, and we'll get into that in just a moment. Elsewhere, we still have heat issues across parts of Montana, air quality alerts over Minnesota. Here's the convective outlook for today. We've got the standard slight risk of severe storms around Atlantic City, New York City, Hartford, and Boston. And then a marginal risk over western Montana. And here in Arizona, the area shaded in darker green. That's a marginal risk. And so included in that, you've got the Phoenix metro area down to Tucson, Nogales, Gila Bend, and along the I-10 out toward Quartzsite. And the primary risk from storms today will be strong, damaging straight-line winds, but a secondary concern for some small hail and, of course, blowing dust. We have to watch for that along the usual dust corridors. Now, here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through next Wednesday morning from the WPC. It's a pretty eye-popping graphic. Rain amounts in Phoenix between about an inch and a half. We've got widespread 2 to 4 inch amounts over the rim country, the eastern mountains, and along the southern border. And isolated spots could get up to 6 inches of rain in the high country. As a very active weather pattern is coming in here, one that still has some question marks. Nothing is quite set in stone just yet, but a lot of potential here, and we'll talk about it as we get into modeling. Here we go. This is the GFS, the 06Z run valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. There's our big subtropical ridge sitting over the Rockies, a southeasterly flow aloft, bringing in plenty of moisture, and our inverted trough over Texas, and that's going to get caught up in that ridge and move around that system. The clockwise flow around the ridge will bring it to the west, moving it toward Arizona over the next few days, thus the active weather that's expected. But for today, down at the surface, partly cloudy, hot and humid here in Phoenix. High temperatures this afternoon, 104 to 108, but with dew points in the low 60s, it will feel more like 110 degrees, rather miserable. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will develop over the high country. They will push toward the lower deserts from southeast to northwest by this afternoon. And unlike the last couple of days, I do think storm chances are a bit higher today. And for a number of reasons, and to show you why, we'll get into our high-resolution models. This is the HRRR at 3 o'clock, and these are the precipitable water values, a measure of how much moisture is in the atmosphere. And this is kind of similar to what we've looked at the last couple of days. PWatt values between 1.75 to 2 inches across south central and southwest Arizona. So the moisture is there, as it has been. But one thing that is certainly more prominent today, we have a lot more instability. These are the CAPE values, convective available potential energy. This shows you the ability for air parcels to freely rise through the atmosphere and form clouds and develop into showers and thunderstorms. And CAPE values up around 2,000 to 3,000 joules per kilogram across south central and southwest Arizona. There is a little bit of convective inhibition. That is the cap in the atmosphere that we've had the last couple of days, but not nearly as much as we have seen. So if we can break that limited cap that's out there, I think storms are really going to get going this afternoon. So at least widely scattered to scattered shower and thunderstorm activity will be possible. This is the simulated radar product at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And kind of interesting because our high resolution models are favoring a bit of an earlier start and onset to storms here in the lower deserts today. Typically, we see these roll in maybe 5, 6, 7, or 8 o'clock, but they're coming in a little bit earlier if this pans out as advertised. And the HRRR has done a pretty good job this monsoon season. So I think from mid-afternoon on is when we have our decent chance of getting some storms in here. But as usual, they will be scattered, kind of hit and miss. Some spots will get wet, maybe a deluge. Some spots get a sprinkle. Some spots get absolutely nothing and wonder what everybody else is talking about. And that is just the nature of the monsoon. So kind of a typical monsoon day out there. Then tonight, partly cloudy, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the evening, overnight lows in the 80s. Tomorrow, partly sunny, not quite as hot, but still very humid, highs 100 to 103. And I think the day here in Phoenix probably stays precipitation free. But we will be looking to the east because our inverted trough across Texas begins to move into the Big Bend region and into New Mexico. And out ahead of it, winds aloft are going to start to increase, and the atmosphere will become very unstable over eastern Arizona. So numerous showers and thunderstorms will begin to fire up there. And again, I want to show you, this is our HRRR model tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And a few storms are popping up across south central Arizona. But look at that thunderstorm complex getting going over east central and southeast Arizona, and that will be headed our direction. And certainly the primary threat here is going to be the heavy rain and the potential of flash flooding. Some intense cells will be going here. And a few of those could, of course, become severe, putting out some damaging wind and some hail as well. But heavy rain is our major concern. And then this is the HRRR at 10 o'clock tomorrow evening, and it's got that thunderstorm complex rolling into the Phoenix metro area with the potential of heavy rain at that time. A pretty good shield of rain ongoing here. And again, we don't want to get caught up in specifics, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, exactly what time this comes in. We're looking at the concept of a rather large thunderstorm complex getting going tomorrow evening in east central and southeast Arizona and moving into the south central deserts by the mid to late evening hours. And that's how it looks, at least right now. And conceptually, this seems like a pretty good idea. All right, now let's go to Friday. And this is going to be a very challenging forecast, to say the least. But the short version of it is mostly cloudy, showers and thunderstorms likely, high temperatures, low to maybe middle 90s. But why this is such a challenging forecast is because anytime you have a closed low or an inverted trough, something like this during the monsoon, the forecast can really go one of two ways in these kinds of scenarios. Here in Phoenix, we're probably going to have mostly cloudy, maybe even cloudy sky through much of the day. So we're going to lose our biggest destabilizing force. That's the sun. That gives us our thermodynamics. So it very well could just be kind of an overcast day with kind of these stratified light showers around. But with that area of low pressure very close by and winds aloft increasing, certainly there will be numerous to widespread storms in the mountains. How much of that gets into the lower desert? Well, that's the challenge of the forecast. And certainly we could see periods of rain, maybe heavy at times, coming in and out here across south central Arizona. So for now, we've just broad brushed the forecast to keep it kind of simple because there's just no way we can time this out just yet. We won't know the mesoscale features until we get closer to Friday. Looking at Saturday, it's pretty much the same situation as Friday. The low is moving across Arizona at that point. Widespread showers and thunderstorms in the mountains, numerous showers and storms in the lower desert, but any one of them could produce some heavy rain. I think the severe weather threat is lower, but not zero. But the threat of heavy rain that produces flash flooding is moderate to high for us. So that flash flood watch seems very much warranted. High temperatures on Saturday, another tricky part of the forecast. If it stays cloudy all day, we probably stay in the 80s. If we get a couple of peaks of sun, we probably get into the low 90s or so. Either way, I'm going with a high temperature range of the mid 80s to around 90. And then that system will begin to move further to the west, and we'll slowly start to see a tapering off of showers and storms as we go to Saturday night and Sunday. But still, Sunday looks like a partly sunny day with scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms around. And again, any storm could produce some heavy rain, high temperatures warming back up a little bit, back up into the 90s. Let's go to Monday. We will be drying out at this point as this system kind of moves further to the west and we see more of a drying southwesterly flow, some subsidence in its wake. Still could be some widely scattered showers around though. And high temperatures upper 90s. We still may not make the century mark even on Monday. Tuesday should be a quieter day for us, just some isolated storms over the mountains, partly cloudy for us. But high temperatures aren't going to be much warmer. We barely will scrape above 100 degrees, and the reason for that is that our big subtropical ridge is far away now. It's out over the central and southern plains and the Gulf Coast, the deep south. So we're still going to be influenced by this trough to the west. So upper heights will actually be slightly below average. So temperatures will be slightly below average as well. Okay, now let's go out to a week from today. This is Wednesday the 28th. Big ridge out over the plain states. We're on the western flank of that. So a south-southeasterly flow aloft. So we may return to more of a typical monsoon forecast, partly sunny, warm, humid, with a chance of late afternoon and nighttime showers and storms. But I still think high temperatures probably stay at or just a little below average because that ridge is pretty far away from us and the heights are just close to average for late July. Then looking out 10 days, this is Friday the 30th, 597 ridge over the Mississippi Delta. So again, the plains, the Midwest, and the Deep South will be roasting, but we're on the far western periphery of that ridge. So a south to southeasterly flow continues. Maybe some disturbances rotate around the edge of that ridge, kind of a ring of fire setup. So again, partly sunny, warm, humid, and a chance of afternoon and nighttime showers and storms. High temperatures at, or again, perhaps just a shade below average if that verifies. Now, let's take a look at rainfall for Phoenix over the next couple of weeks. This is coming off of the GFS ensemble. The ensemble mean is around 1.5 inches. You got the control member up around 2.5 or 2 2/3 of an inch. Couple of members here, one of them up over 5 inches of rain. I don't think that's going to happen. But the screaming message from the models is that our best potential of a significant rain event during the monsoon season, the best chance we've had in several years, will be in here over the next few days. And that is very welcome news. Now here's a look at temperatures off of the European ensemble. And again, yeah, hot today and maybe tomorrow as well, with that high humidity as well. And then look what happens Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, we won't make the century mark. And there is even a chance, not saying this is going to happen, but there is even a small chance we don't even make 90 degrees one of these days, if you can believe that, in July. It's happened before, but it does not happen often. This is a once in a few years, maybe once in a decade kind of thing. And then temperatures, as you would expect, will rebound next week, but certainly nothing all that outrageous for late July. I don't see any major heat waves coming in just yet. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notice. Your comments, questions, and suggestions are always encouraged as well. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's a long video today, but a lot going on. You guys be safe, stay cool and hydrated out there, enjoy the rain where you can find it, and have yourselves a wonderful Wednesday.